All right, everyone, hello and welcome to, personally, probably my favorite track that we're going to in the night, Belfort Go-Kart. This one is pretty cracked, so let's go through it from the beginning. And there's a reason why I like this one. I'll go through it as we, probably more as we watch the race. But, yeah, opening section of the track, we go into, like, a sweeper, into a quick left, and then a right here, into a little downhill action, bring it back around. Nice long sweeper here. To a bit of a quicker one here. Into arguably the hardest chicane of the night. Probably the hardest chicane of the night. That one's very difficult. Get a little exit rumble there to help you out. And into this really slick last corner. I really like this last corner. Well, technically that's the last corner, but the second to last turn, probably my favorite turn. Specific turn on the night. I really like this one. So let's do the lineup. So going to be Armada on our left, Soul on the right, Can be left, Real Deal right, Fireball left, Detail on the right, and then Luke bringing up the back for this one. Going to be 47 checkpoints. I think it's a 23 lap race. But yeah, let's get it going. So we're going to have some nade cheese here in a sec. I think Luke's going to throw this one. And we're green. And going into the downhill, it's going to be Soul, Luke, and Armada. Going to be top three. Like other things. Camby's going to be moving into third now. Real Deal fourth. Fireball into fifth. Armada's going to fall a few spots. Oh, wow. That hurt. That hurt. Detail with a rough start on this one. But definitely some time to bring it back. Soul going to lead him down in the first lap. Real Deal, Canby, Fireball. These guys duking it out for the podium spot.
Checkpoint reached.
Oh, Fireball can't be still there. Racing it super aggressively for top three position. Oh, and Soul cheeses it in the ow, big contact there. Wow, Fireball finds the way around. 3 wide. Fireball flips. I don't know how.
Checkpoint.
And he goes down.
Lap complete. Gain the lead.
And we're about to get cheesed. Detail's gonna go for position on Canby here. Gonna take that one. It's going to move Real Deal up to second, Soul third. Oh, a little bog cheese. Canby might get brought back into this. Going through the chicane. You got to try to keep it clean. That was pretty close. Yeah, it's not going to be a good run for Fireball. Armada's going to cheese that one down too.
Checkpoint reached. Lap complete.
Another lap down. 3 laps in.
Checkpoint reached.
It's going to be Luke, Real Deal, Soul, the top 3 right now. Detail fourth, Canby fifth. Fireball not having as good of a start to this one. Definitely quite the long race, though. There's a lot of time left on this one. Oh, getting tight in the chicane. Looks like Soul and Detail both made up time in the end of that one. Oh, wow. Soul went through it. Not exactly what you're trying to do. It's going to lose him some time. Oh, and Detail's just going to squeeze right through. Move into the top 3 over Soul. Wow, Soul, a big dive right there. He's going to lose all that exit speed. This opens up the door for Detail. Might just get into second there really quickly, too. He's in last at the end of the first lap, or near the end of the first lap. We're going to be 5 laps in. And yeah, just 5 laps into this 23-lap race. Able to go from last to second, so it's a really good start, but not over yet.
Checkpoint.
Really good start for Luke in the lead, but that was a pretty fast run through the pack. So current podium then going to be Luke, Detail, then Real Deal. Real Deal's got some pressure from Soul from behind, though. Lucky those guys are still pretty close. Oh, yes. Soul just can't get that chicane down. It's costing him right now.
Reached. Lap complete.
Now Camby might be able to threaten this position over Soul here. Let's see what he can do.
Checkpoint reached.
But what I was getting at going through the track, what I like about this track is that you can actually, like, pretty much every turn for the most part, with the exception of, like, the chicane, you can take pretty much everything full out on this track. Is it necessarily the fastest way around everywhere? No, not necessarily. Some places it is. Some places it's not. Oh, that was pretty crazy. Nice taking advantage there for Camby. But yeah, that's what I really like about this track. Again, it's not necessarily like the fast way everywhere, but I like that there's the option of holding it flat out pretty much in every turn if you want to. And some places it is pretty good. Some turns it is pretty good. Other turns not so good. But I think it's cool that there's the option of doing that. And that you can, people can have different lines like that. You can have like different mixes of braking points. Specifically this last one, I really like it in the last corner. Because that last corner, you can get a really nice line if you let off and stick that inside. Oh wow, Real Deal making it interesting for second place. You can get a really nice line, stick that inside, set it up for the actual like last corner. Oh wow, look at that bog there, or that run for detail. So you can do that, but you can also send that last turn and catch that exit rumble, and it gives you a worse exit, because obviously, like you see the line detail and Real Deal, they just like straight through that last corner. If you're going off the exit rumble, you have to turn a little bit more. So yeah, it's a little bit. You got some options though. There's situations, and it can definitely still be fast. Like taking it all out can definitely still be fast. I think the breaking point line is probably just like more consistent. Probably a little bit easier too. But you can definitely run both. So like you can basically apply that to like the whole track, but specifically this last corner I think is really cool. The way that it works out with the options of taking it flat out or taking that inside. And you see the top two, and interesting because we kind of said this the last race too. I'll point it out when we watch it at the end of this lap. But funny how we kind of had that last race, but we kind of have it in this one too, because Luke's going to be running that flat out line in that last turn. Detail likes to stick the inside a little bit more, so we'll see it this time by. Oh, there's a little chicane cheese for Luke there. That might open this up a little bit. Detail's definitely going to gain some time off that. But you can see, there it is. There's the flat out line. I think Luke might be the only one running it, low-key. It's kind of hard to tell, but you can take that flat out, hit that rumble. You see Detail likes to let off, stick the inside. So pretty cool that you have those two different options there, and they can both be pretty fast. So yeah, and again, that applies to like everywhere. You can actually take this turn flat out. I know it probably doesn't look like it, but I promise you, you can take that turn flat out. You can take this one flat out. You need a little bit of let off on the chicane. You can take the chicane pretty fast, but I can't really say you take it flat out. Take this turn flat out. But yeah, again, right there you see they run the different lines. I think that's pretty cool. You can take this whole first section flat out. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I like that there's the options. And again, is it necessarily like the fast way around everywhere? No. But it gives you some different options. It gives you some different ways to battle with people, and just like different ways to run the track too. So I don't know. I think that's pretty cool. This track really, I guess the way I'd put it, this track really leans into the like reach mongoose physics. Like this track, out of all the tracks tonight, I would say, like showcases the reach, like for go-kart GP mongoose physics the best with its turns. They're very, very much so designed for like this goose in particular, which obviously we're racing the game, but yeah, if you ran it, you'd know what I mean. Like this track is very much so like built with that in mind. Yeah, it's getting close. That column cheese lost Luke some time, and Detail's put in some good laps. It seems to be really fast in the chicane. And we'll see it again. I like this. I like that we have a top two battle with the different lines coming out. But you can see Luke's going to be faster throughout the corner, like throughout the middle of the corner. And then I think Detail's going to be a little faster on exit because he just has that straight shot. But yeah, it's interesting little trade-off because you have to nail it. Like I think Detail hitting that inside, he has to nail it to be faster, and he must be hitting it pretty well. I think Luke's line's probably faster than some people throughout the field, but Detail's hitting that inside and lining up that last corner really well, so he's making up time there. Probably. We'll see it. We'll get a good gauge of it this time. That time, yeah, I think he gains just a little bit. It's actually not that much. I low-key thought it was more, but that time it was a decent amount. But at the same time, it's interesting. Again, it's interesting for the battle, because for the battle, it's going to make it hard for him to pass, because Luke's going to come back. You know, he's going to be faster through the middle of the turn, so you can't. It's going to be hard to, like, pass there. There's some lapper cheese with Armada. They're both going to get a little bog here. This might make things interesting. So, again, same lead battle that we had last race, going to be on again. We're going to switch up the line a little bit to protect. Armada going to spin out behind. Lol. And where are we in the race? Okay, we're getting closer to the end. Well over halfway, but still quite a few laps to go.
Checkpoint reached.
It's getting close. Luke with a nice exit that time. Detail going for those entries. Luke's not going to have the line for the chicane. That little column tap going to cost some time. But it is going to give him the line. Detail going to... Oh, I like this. I like this. He doesn't get the run. He doesn't get the run. I wish he did. That would have been really cool. It was still pretty cool, but... If he got it right there, that would have been pretty sick. But yeah, we got the battle for the lead. These guys are going back and forth. Now Detail's probably going to have it here. This is really good. We're going to try to go for the crossover. Not going to find it. Detail going to take the lead here. Let's see if we can hold on to it. Going to protect the inside there. Through the chicane. I think Detail's going to gain a little bit of time there. We'll see. Luke bringing back the other line. And it was close, but not quite. I wish Detail would have hit it the last lap. That would have been cool to see how that worked out.
Checkpoint reached.
Yeah, Detail gonna take the lead with gonna be like 5 to go here. And that was a pretty sweet battle that we saw. We saw a good one in the first race too, but pretty nice one there. But now he's got a pretty decent gap. Unless he cheeses again, we'll have to keep an eye on it. He's looking pretty strong for that now. Aw, Real Deal cheese in the chicane. So, Real Deal's in Fireball's position last race. He's just, like, super checked in third. The leaders are kind of close. Soul and Camby, funnily enough, are kind of close. Oh my god, we kind of have a battle here.
Checkpoint reached.
Let's see. Can Camby get by Soul here? Fireball running in front of them. Camby. See what he can do. Not. He's going to get like a double bog right there. It's going to cost a lot. But Soul's been pretty bad in the chicane, so let's see. Can Camby hook up the chicane? Does he have that figured out? That actually wasn't that bad. That was a much improved run. That was way better than what he was doing in the beginning of the race. Soul with the go through the gate line there. I don't know why he keeps hitting that. That's not going to be the fast way around. It's definitely going to cost some time. Yeah, look at the gap details opened up already. He's definitely got this track figured out. And we're going to be going to 2 to go this time by. 2 more laps around.
Lap complete.
And if we finish the way that we're looking right now, it's going to be a tied overall going into race 3, which would be pretty interesting. What happened? What happened? Hopefully I don't get hit with the fat. That's not too bad. What happened here? Fireball getting around Real Deal. Let's get a replay here, because Real Deal looked pretty checked. He had to have had like just an awful chicane. Yeah, that was not great. Full spin. Full spin. Oh, and he just loses it. Wow. He had that third by so... He honestly could have, like, just, like, slowed down. He could have taken the bog. He didn't... I don't think he needed to even, like, hit it well the last few laps, and he probably would have been fine, I think. But decides to keep hitting it as fast as he can, and just a little too fast that time, and that's going to cost that spot. He's still close. Still has a chance of getting it back, but Definitely not ideal for Real Deal here towards the end of the race, as leaders are going to go to the white flag. I think Luke closed a little bit on that lap, but Detail definitely has a manageable gap now. Don't really have to cheese it too hard.
Checkpoint reached. Lap complete.
One more time around. Don't even... Okay, there they are.
Checkpoint reached.
One more time through the chicane. It's looking pretty solid. Just have to not hard run off the rumble here. And Detail's going to take the win here. Luke's second. And let's see how this other battle winds up. Real just going to concede it. Fireball going to get that podium again. Not as ideal as the last race went, but Real will take fourth. And wow, Soul was right there too. A few more laps, this mid-pack battle could have gotten really interesting. Camby going to take that next spot, and then Armada finishing in the back for this one. Yeah, he's already done. His pulls in, fair. But yeah, that was a pretty spicy race. Mid-pack was pretty sweet too. It looks like a few more laps would have got interesting, but again, Detail, Luke, Fireball, top three again, different order slightly, and it's going to tie it up for the overall. Going into the third race, we're going to see a track that was actually planned for the Infinite series, interestingly enough, but made in Reach. So definitely look forward to that one, because this is a track that we were totally going to race in that Infinite season if we had the chance. So definitely looking forward to that one. See you guys there.